Some game masters like to show the entire layout of a dungeon to the players while they are exploring it, just making all the tokens and the creatures and the items they can encounter invisible and turning them all visible when the players encounter them. Then there are game masters that like to blank out the entire map and only show the parts that players are actually exploring or have explored in the past. And it is for this second group of people that Shard Tabletop came with a very cool and handy feature called fog regions. Hi there fellow role players and game masters, my name is Mr.Tarrasque and I run my own YouTube channel where I review Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, third-party related modules, like the stuff you see behind me. But today I am your host on the Shard Tabletop YouTube channel telling you how fog regions work. And there's three things I want to talk about. First of all, how to play around with fog regions that are already set on a map that you might have bought from the Shard Tabletop marketplace. Then the second thing I want to show you is to build fog regions for yourself. Maybe you've created a map, uploaded it to Shard Tabletop and you want to create fog regions. And then the third thing is a neat little feature that you can use for when people are really going around corners and narrow hallways and looking around a bookcase or something like that, or behind a chair, and you can like build really small fog regions while you are playing for your player to see like certain parts of the map and not see other certain parts of the map. Click the timestamps in the description below if you want to jump to that part, but right now, fog regions. I've opened this guild hall map, which I've used in another video, which is a guild hall you can buy for I think $5 on the Shard marketplace, and it has like a bunch of different versions. This is a snowy version, there is a normal version, there is a burning version, there's night versions, day versions, spring, everything is in here, but right now it is the snow version. And as you can see, it is now completely viewable. This is the player screen right here. We are playing with Shroom, who is a shroom kind of person who walks around as a shroom, kind of weird thing. He can see the entire map, but let's say we don't want that. We can go to the eye right here and we can say fog all. So now it is completely invisible for our friend Shroom, right? So now if Shroom is standing right here, by the way, all these fog regions, as you can see as a dungeon master, when I go over this map, you have all these fog regions shown with the red lines around them, which is a really cool feature. But Shroom is standing outside of this guild hall, and let's say he wants to go in here and you want to start your game in here. You just click it and you say unfog, and right now Shroom just sees like, oh, there's this wall, there's this building, there is a door in front of me, there's a river coming out of this building right here. I might want to go into the door, and if he decides to go into the door, you just go here, click the other fog region and unfog. Well, the creators chose to have like the entire exterior to unfog at one time, which is cool if you want to use it that way. You like Shroom can see that there is this shooting range right here. There is a bunch of puppets right here to beat the living crap out of if you want. There are some gardens around here. There's another building here. There's all kinds of stuff, but the building itself is completely blanked out for Shroom. So he knows that there is this mansion type of thing, but it is completely blanked out. So if he decides to, I want to go in through the front door, he goes in through the front door, and basically what do? Of course, you unfog it. Now, the way it works if you do it like this is it unfogs an entire area. Like for example this room, it unfogs this entire room. I personally, as a dungeon master, like that very much. I like showing the entire room and then making my encounters or whatever invisible. I've just placed a avatar of death here, but it could be like a goblin just hiding behind a chair or whatever. You could still make those invisible because Shard has this neat little feature where you can just click this. Where is my avatar of death? Right here. You can click this and it becomes visible for Shroom, and you can click it and it becomes invisible. So Shroom, although he sees the entire layout of this room, which basically makes sense in this room, but in some rooms with corners and everything, it doesn't make that much sense. He can go around and scout a little bit, but he wouldn't be able, from standing here, he might not be able to see that there's somebody hiding behind this chair, and you want to play it out that way. So you can still just have him walk up right here and then just choose to show the avatar of death, and they're like, ah, there's an avatar of death behind the chair, or a goblin just hiding there, or being afraid, and it's just a role-playing encounter or whatever you want to do. So this is actually the way I prefer to play in like 90% of my games. Back to the Dungeon Master screen, there is also a way to create your own fog regions, and I like playing around with this very much. So this is the second part of the video, timestamps below, like I said. Let's just open a new map, and I'll open this map that doesn't have a name yet, because it is actually the dungeon map to my own adventure, which is still in the making, and you can pre-order. Shameless self-promotion aside, link in the description below. Let's unfog this thing, clear all fog, make it a little brighter for you. The entrance of the dungeon is right here. As you can see, now there are no fog regions room per room. If I want to fog it, I have to fog it entirely or clear all the fog entirely, right? So now the entrance of this dungeon, for example, is right here. This is a spiral staircase. This is not the final thing, by the way. This is like a work in progress. Just chose this to show to you guys. This is a spiral staircase, so this is room number 1 in the dungeon. Let's say I want to build one fog region out of this room. I can just go to this eye right here and click build fog regions, and it's not build fog regions, right? And it's not harder than just clicking a corner, clicking another corner, going here, maybe going even going here, going here. Now I'm going to be really quick and not that precise about this, because otherwise the video will take forever, but you get the idea. By clicking the first one, the shard tabletop, the software actually recognizes this now as a fog region. If I click this thing here, the move button again, it goes away, but it still exists. If I now hover over it with my mouse button, with my mouse cursor, sorry, you get like this cool, you get this fog region. Now if I unfog the entire thing, sorry, if I fog all, and then my players show up right here in this area, I can just click this area, unfog, boom, and I can do this for the entire dungeon. I'm not going to do this for the entire dungeon right now because the video would take way too long, but you kind of get the idea, right? So you can have every room you can do like this, and as soon as they enter it, you can fog it or unfog it. You can have your tokens and your creatures and your items, you can set them visible and invisible, so you can kind of combine that with stuff to see what the players see and what they don't see. So you can, of course, restore the fog. If they go out of this room and go into this corridor right here, for example, it gets fogged again, and you can do whatever with it. You can place monsters in there while they are somewhere else. You can like prepare it to place other monsters in there. When they come back, there's suddenly other monsters. So let's say they go into this hallway, and this is where I want to show the third feature of the fog regions feature, right? The fog regions feature, you can have this as an entire fog region, and from the guild hall maybe you saw it, there was this corridor that has the entire corridor was one fog region. But going into this corridor, some people might have a problem with it showing entirely. Although all the encounters are invisible, people just don't want to show the entire layout of this corridor. Some people just play like that. That is of course up to you to decide. You can have this. There are two options: a polygon unfog, and there is a rectangle unfog. For this one, the rectangle is of course super handy. The players come in here, you take this rectangle unfog, and all you do is just drag it like this and it unfogs. The players go around the corner again, no problem, it unfogs. The players go around the corner again, no problem. And this is how you can unfog the entire thing while your players are walking through the dungeon. So you as a dungeon master really have control to what the players see and what they don't get to see. First of all, with the fog region, second of all, with setting your tokens invisible with just a click of an eye button, and then this feature. If your players, for example, go into this, which is I need to I need to click this button, the move button, sorry. They go in here, right here. This is some kind of library maybe, which has bookcases and everything. It wouldn't really make sense for showing the entire layout of the room if you want to go super realistic with that. So all you need to do is all you want to do is like show the part they see. But with this is a little bit harder. Just showing a rectangular right here is hard because they might be able, if they stand right here in the doorway, they might be able to see a little bit further than that. So you can go for the polygon unfog. So if players are here at the door right here, you can kind of set like this thing, and this is like a temporary fog region type of thing. Oh, that's not... fog region type of thing, which you can just show, and you're like, I want to show you this, and you just do this, and boom, suddenly the players see it. So if I go to the player screen right here, they see the parts that you want them to see. This was a fog region, this was a with like the square thingy, the square tool, and this with the polygon fog region tool, which I think is really cool that they've done it like that, because I'm a big fan of the mechanic of how they... If you, by the way, want to go back to where you were, you just click fog all and you're back to the way you were. Another thing worth mentioning is if I load the map of the guild hall again, it will always go back to the last version you used. So I used the snowy version, and all the foggy stuff is still there the way we left it. So that's something that's really handy, because sometimes it just, you know how it goes with software, sometimes that just doesn't really work the way you want it. But with Shard Tabletop, I found that it always works the way I want. And I just, this hallway was the hallway, by the way, I meant with like, it's an entire, let's say Shroomtoon goes right here and he wants to go through this door. You can unfog the entire thing, or you can restore fog. By the way, clicking here is unfog with your left mouse button, and clicking it again with your left mouse button just says restore fog. So it's really easy. You can also go just with the rectangular thing and just whoops, there you are. And now he sees that there is this hallway, which is like somewhat visible. And this is so cool. It actually has this square thing, but it shows a little bit more like vaguely. So you can use this to like only show what they see, or show what they see and kind of hint to what is on the other side of the wall. And I really like that. I really like that you can hint to that stuff. I really love that feature. It's just this neat little thing they came up with. Absolutely love it. And that is right now, that is all I wanted to say about fog regions, about how to use them, how to build them for your own maps, and how to use the rectangular unfog and the polygon unfog feature for playing on Shard Tabletop. Until next video, bye bye.